Welcome. By the end of this video, viewers should have been able to know some of the reasons why they fail, why they have poor yield in ginger production, and the practical guide, the step towards the solution to that, so as to get a higher yield. I remain your favorite farmer, Felix, who is always available to guide you or to teach you in all aspects of agriculture, precisely roots and tuber crops. Today, I want to take you deep into ginger production and why farmers fail to achieve the optimum yield. I will take them one after another. I want to beg you to stay glued to this channel so as to get what you want that will help you to do the right thing in your ginger farm. Please subscribe to our channel, comment on our videos and like them. You will not regret doing that. Now, back to our point. The first and foremost point that will make farmers to fail in ginger production is site selection. I have told us that ginger thrives better in a well-drained sandy loam soil. Well-drained sandy loam soil. And when farmers plant in a waterlogged or moldy environment, definitely ginger growth will be stunted. And once ginger growth is stunted, definitely you are getting a poor harvest. So to avoid that failure, we advise ginger farmers to select their soil looking out for a well-drained soil that is stable in nature if possible. Well-drained. Avoid waterlogged area when selecting site for ginger production. Especially those of us that are planting in the southeastern and south-south areas of Nigeria. But those of them at the north, even those that are at the northern area, can also try their best to avoid waterlogged areas, because definitely if you plant in waterlogged areas, when the rain comes, your ginger is prone to rot before harvest. Ginger might be strong, but it's also weak when attacked. Yes. The second point, the mistakes farmers make that leads to their failure in ginger production is poor land preparation. When land are poorly prepared, I showed us in a video where we are detrashing the field before we plant sweet potato. All those field maintenance practices are important, even in ginger. Despite that ginger might be seen as a hardy or strong crop, we still try our best to pulverize the soil. After the land is prepared, possibly the land was rich, it's advised ginger are best planted on bed of between a height of 20 to 30 cm. Yes, not unrich per se. For now, ginger is better planted on beds because of the planting distance of 20 by 20 cm for you to get maximum yield. If you prepare your land wrongly or you just plant on a flat, you are moving towards failure. So we advise farmers to plant their ginger crop on beds with the height of between 20 to 30 cm height. Then also plant on a distance of planting space of 20 cm. This will actually help the ginger have a close gap and will not actually have shadow on each other or compete for nutrients. So when you do your land preparation well, you definitely on a right course towards better yield. Then another one is field maintenance practices. Now we'll talk about the weeding and mulching. These are the two important elements, the important mistakes farmers make in ginger cultivation. Lack of weeding or poor method of weeding, and not mulching. Ginger is a crop that needs mulching. That mulching helps ginger to sprout. If you don't mulch your ginger crop, you will not have an optimum germination. So when you don't mulch, you are really on the wrong course. I would say wrong course because their ginger will not sprout. And when they don't sprout, ultimately, you cannot get a good yield. So we advise farmers to practice mulching. And mulching actually takes about 15 to 20% of the labor cost or even the financial cost of ginger production. That same mulching will also account for a significant increase in the yield of ginger. So mulching significantly affects yield, despite that the cost of mulching might be high. It's not actually too detrimental to ginger production, but it helps increase yield of ginger. That is why mulching is necessary in ginger. So most farmers fail to mulch. And when they fail to mulch because of the tediousness of the mulching, definitely they will fail. And we try also to tell us other ways apart from using the matured Panicum maximum grasses. Most farmers use tender materials, tender Panicum maximum, and those tender Panicum maximum will not last up to 2 weeks in the field, and all of them will just dry and rot. But when you use matured Panicum maximum, you are bound to get a quality mulch that will last you for a long time. And again, weeding. Weeding is another problem that makes farmers to fail. Once your ginger competes with weed, the ginger is bound to fail. So to avoid this, we advise farmers to take proper precaution in weeding. How do you do that? After planting your ginger, ginger is sowed at a depth of between 4 cm down the soil. So you now try your best to apply herbicide on the ginger field 2 to 3 days after planting. Yes, the Premagens herbicide. The Premagen herbicide will help the field to maintain cleanliness for about 3 months when you apply it rightly and apply the right herbicide. It can carry you for about 3 months after planting before you talk about manual weeding. Unlike cassava that you can spray again after the Premagens, you can no longer spray your ginger again. Other things you do now will be manually done using either cutlasses or hoe, depending on your location. So we advise farmers to avoid that loss. They should do what? They should spray herbicide 24 hours to 72 hours after planting so as to maintain the farm weed free for about 3 months. At 3 months time, your ginger must have sprouted and started covering. So most of the things you do in your field now will be picking the grass, not actually weeding. But in the case where you are in an area that has high weed incidence, you are now advised to hoe your farm. And when hoeing, you are advised to hoe upwards so as to pack the soil on the furrow of the ridge down to the base so that the ginger rhizomes that are growing up, that are now tuberizing, will not be exposed to sunlight. Sunlight always also affects ginger. So when the ginger rhizomes are exposed, they are prone to rot. Ginger farm hates low temperature. Anything below 10 degrees centigrade will always affect ginger production. So we advise farmers to always cultivate their ginger in area that has high temperature of between 21 degrees centigrade to about 32 degrees centigrade. This will help for optimum production of ginger. So with these few points, I want to believe that if you follow the steps I have given you as a guide or as a solution to ginger production or the failures you have encountered in the past, you will be able to avoid them and make profit. Previously also, we had an outbreak of disease that ravaged ginger production, that almost wiped away about 90% of ginger field in Kaduna State precisely. And now we have tried to let farmers know that our ginger, the one in Umudike National Root Crop Research Institute, is actually resistant to that disease. So we'll call on you to always look out for Umogene 1, that is Umudike Ginger 1 and Umudike Ginger 2. In subsequent videos, I will try to explain to you or teach you, guide you towards the difference between the two varieties of ginger and why you should go for either of them. They are all high yielding. I will tell you more about that in the next video. But for now, take these steps home and make sure you follow what I have taught you. I will also give you video examples, that is practical steps in the field, how you should go about this to have optimum yield. Thank you for watching and keep a date with us. Subscribe to our channel, comment and like our videos. You will not regret doing that. Thank you and God bless.